I have to continue watching the show.
You do.
Because
so you caught a little bit of the bug with it though.
Yeah, and it's definitely the wordiness. They're all fucking every character is clever enough to spew out fun.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I like recording on Zoom because it doesn't really make a big thing about starting the recording. It just starts and it's like Rick is talking. He has no idea.
My microphone blocks that corner where it says recording. So I'm like, I have no idea.
So, hi, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Effin Cultured. Episode 51 of Effin Cultured. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. With me, as always, my right-hand man, Griff, is joining us this evening.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Yes! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I wish we got Rick to watch more of it. We're gonna have to start doing like a season by season recap as we go.
A Letterkenny watch.
A Letterkenny watch.
Which is okay because I can start watching my fifth rewatch. So it's all
exactly.
Right. And Rick is with us this evening.
Yo.
I have a feeling we will have this threesome on a good chunk of times. It feels good. It feels good to have three. I like four.
Hey, but sometimes
the three works. It just works.
The three works. Yeah.
And
it's
I like that
our hands when there's only
the
two.
Rotating Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, we'll start right from the top. So we gave Rick. Oh, we got the major decision. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. I've been watching.
No shit.
I've been watching Big
He's at
12.
the base of the rotating Eiffel Tower this week.
Yes, I am the base. It's really hard, to be on all four. It's basically downward dog for hours. But I've been watching Big 12 wrestling all day because it's the final tournament for Big 12. And the championship round is right now, and they're in the last. Well, that was 197. So there's one more weight class, which is my old weight class from high school. So I mean it's another 6 minutes and then it'll be done. But if you hear me say like, "Ooh, nice double," I'm not talking about.
You're not complimenting the Eiffel Tower,
right? No, I'm watching guys in singlets wrestle each other.
Well, there's a chance he's complimenting the Eiffel Tower. It's like 90-10.
It's a
90-10.
So
anyway, sorry for that tangent. So we gave Rick homework. We told him to watch the first season of Letterkenny, which is a show that I am obsessed with. That's my people have The Office or Friends or Big Bang Theory.
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother, Parks and Rec, Seinfeld. Yep. So everyone has their comfort show, right?
Parks and Rec was awesome.
Letterkenny has become my. I'm in a bad mood. I need something to watch. I'm in a good mood. I need something to watch. There's far too much for me to watch, so I'm going to watch something that I've already watched because I don't need to start anything new. And it's gotten to the point.
That's a psychological thing too.
Yeah.
Like if you're anxious, you watch something you've already watched because you know how it ends. There's no surprise to it.
So that's how I get my son to poop without crying.
Right.
Just gotta put something on TV that he's already seen a million times before. So I got excited because there was a movement this week by Letterkenny fans telling the Marvel people that the creator and star of Letterkenny, Jared Keeso, should be considered for the next Wolverine because the X-Men are coming into the MCU at some point, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna come. So they need a Wolverine because fuck Cyclops.
Really, nobody gives a shit about Cyclops. Fox didn't give a shit about Cyclops in the original X-Men trilogy.
No.
murdered him off screen.
Well, that's because he was.
But you sent him to greener pastures.
Oh my god! But yeah, Wolverine's like the linchpin.
Right. So I got excited by the idea. I don't know if I'm for or against. What got me excited was it gave me an opportunity to give Rick this homework so he could finally start watching this show.
Right.
Trickery.
Because
Trickery
I threw Griff into this world early on.
Yeah. It didn't take much, really.
No, and Griff has made it through the entirety of what's out there right now, which is 9 seasons.
9 seasons. Yeah.
Is every season just a handful of episodes?
Yeah, they're all like 6 or 7 episodes.
Oh, I could
Plus,
it's a real quick watch.
Plus the holiday special episode that has nothing to do with the plot before or after.
Oh, yes.
It's just a standalone.
Just a rando.
Yeah, like you'll know if you keep watching, you'll watch an episode like the season finale, and it'll be a cliffhanger, and you'll be sitting there like, oh shit, and then the next episode starts, and whatever was the cliffhanger has nothing to do with an episode.
Now it's Christmas, and nothing that happened before that matters.
Or Easter or Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's usually a holiday themed. The Halloween one is fucking brilliant. But
now I read on Wikipedia this actually started as like a YouTube series and it got picked up. That's awesome.
Jared Keeso created this character and he called it Letterkenny Problems. And it was basically just the cold open that you watch in the beginning of every episode. That was basically each short. You can watch them on YouTube. They're all on there.
Okay.
And it was him. And then he brought on the guy that played Derry. So they started doing it together. And then right before the show got picked up, or it was before the show came, but Squirrely Dan made it like right before the show hit the air. Squirrely Dan was on one of the Letterkenny Problems, who is a stand-up comedian named K. Trevor Wilson or Trevor K. Wilson, something like that.
I think it's K. Trevor, yeah.
So Rick,
it's amusing. It's I will say the first 2 episodes I was like, okay, this is fucking weird.
I almost suggested that you watch it with captions.
I should have. When you said that, I was like, you know what? I might have to rewatch. Not realizing how wordy these hicks are, because I'm like, what am I watching? Is it a goth rave? Is it redneck farmers? Is it a bunch of weird Christians? It was very all over the place. But now that a few more episodes in, they all have their place.
Yeah,
in balancing out this tiny shithole town of Letterkenny, which he's the toughest guy, and he just beats he spends the whole, he just beats the shit out of anyone that says they're tougher than him.
Yeah, and it's funny because in the first episode you find out that he's not allowed to fight, even though his girlfriend broke up with him and she was the one that told him not to. And then in the second episode he has to prove himself as the toughest guy in Letterkenny again. And the first two or three fights that he has, you're like, oh, those are little scrapper rednecks. Okay, I understand.
Sled Ted.
Yeah, Sled Ted and Rat Ass.
Rat Ass.
Which is just foul. He's just foul. And Katie insinuates that she slept with him, which is even grosser. But then at the end of that episode, when Joint Boy shows up and you just see this massive muscular motherfucker, and you're like,
I was like,
oh my God, there's no way.
He's going down. He's not winning this fight.
Well, I mean, he goes down for a little bit, but he gets back up.
He wins
it. And then he's like, you want to join my super soft birthday party? Fabulous. But the reason why I've watched the show over and over is because the wordplay is so smart that even after I think I've gone through the series 4 times now, and even on the 4th time, I've caught
new stuff,
something I've never heard before, or it hits me different. I mean, does the first season have the cold open when they're throwing the baseball around the driveway?
I think so.
You showed me that You showed me that clip at a Schultztoberfest a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So maybe it's not then.
So I automatically, it's like, oh yeah, I do know that.
Turns out there's an erogenous zones up in your buttholes. But I know it sounds fun. I know it sounds weird. For those of you who haven't watched Letterkenny, I equate it to, and it's gonna sound weird, I equate it to listening to Childish Gambino's rap. Because the wordplay is so smart, yet so dumb.
Yes.
That you just sit there in awe of how they connect.
Yeah,
they intellectually describe stupid things.
Yeah, the words you're hearing are so nonsensical and outlandish, but they are brought together in such a beautiful and intelligent way that you're almost it's like cognitive dissonance. It's like what is happening to me right now?
And that's what draws you. That's the trickery of the show. Is now I kind of need to see where this is all leading.
Oh, and man, we were talking before we started recording that the characters in this show also have like such great arcs. Like the hockey players we were talking, you hate them.
They're morons. Well, yeah. And they have the hottest girlfriend around. I don't understand it. What does she see in them? That's me at this point, because between the two of them, maybe one functional brain.
It's just it's funny. It's funny to look at Rick, who hasn't watched this show, and like Griff and I can look at each other and be like, McMurray, right? And Griff is gonna and Rick will be like, who the fuck is McMurray?
McMurray's the one that pushing his sister on. I keep calling him Letterkenny.
Yeah. Bonnie McMurray. He is pushing his sister on.
Oh, Bonnie McMurray.
Yeah. Go ahead and rearrange your guts.
But it's dude, it's amazing. I'm so excited. We need to go season by season with Rick, and we need to talk about it. And I'll watch it right there with you because I'm a loser. But like Bonnie McMurray gets hotter as the show progresses.
She was already cute.
She's cute in season 1. She turns into a smoke show by like season 3.
Yeah.
But McMurray just goes from not really much of a character to one of the more annoying characters of the show to someone who you fucking love. By the time you get to like season 7, you're like, McMurray's one of my favorite characters.
He stands out because of that. There was an offensive scene in my mind. You're not supposed to have like real detailed conversations at the urinals. And this guy was going on describing every article of clothing he had seen someone wear. And he really remembers every single detail.
Oh, you have no idea. It gets like, so much worse.
I was like, this is excruciating.
It's so good though.
I guess that's expanding on what I was saying before too, is that like it starts off like the focus is really on like Wayne and Derry and Dan, and then like even in the first season it spreads out to like the hockey players and the skids. But then like throughout the whole series, all of those characters get such great stories, and you come to really love all of them at one point or another. It's just a great show.
And then there's the characters that like the people who really like the show. There are characters that people feel so differently about. And it's hysterical to talk to, like our friend Laura, who's been on the show, loves the chick who owns the bar.
Oh my God, the crazy chick.
Yeah.
Oh, Gail.
Gail. Is she just constantly quit drinking? She's like, I haven't had a drink in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
and then
she gets weirder,
shit faced, and then
she gets weirder. A wild woman. She gets weirder as the show goes on. She's gyrating all the time and hitting
constantly.
I've got something for you, Wayne. You know, she's
Yep.
The whole time. I love the character. She's fantastic.
But some people hate her, and then there are people who love McMurray and people who hate McMurray. But
McMurray's a piece of shit.
McMurray is a piece of shit. But I'm excited, Rick. I'm excited for you to watch this show. Now, anyway, okay, so you haven't watched the season finale of season 1.
I have not seen the finale.
We can't talk about it. But
I assumed I thought I'd still be able to talk.
No,
I've seen enough to judge.
But we can talk about Wayne.
Yeah.
And we can talk about Jared Keeso. Now, the only thing you haven't really experienced about Jared Keeso is the fact that as time has gone on from season 1, he has gotten himself fucking ripped. Jared Keeso's jacked now.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see if I can find this. You know what?
And I looked up. I looked him up. He's like, he's a little older than us. Who's he? 36. He was born in 84.
Yeah, so they make him like 36, 37.
I'm about to say how old was Jackman when he started playing Wolverine?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Huh.
Because I wonder if they're gonna go the Spider-Man route and have a very young motherfucker playing.
But I mean,
Spider-Man was always young.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wolverine. Wolverine was like
he got like 20 years out of Jackman. Are they gonna
Yeah.
try doing that again with?
Look at that guy.
Okay. Oh, I could see if you get the damn weird hair. I'd
Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh,
And
things I would do to him.
Wolverine is Canadian, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a huge. I
that was
have to think that's a huge selling point.
that was
Why
like when I heard it. You know, I personally don't immediately see it.
No.
But I understand that he has two things in common with Wolverine: that the fact that he's Canadian and a penchant for fighting. That's like
It's definitely
that's
the
all
fight.
I
He just
know.
wants to beat the shit out of everyone always.
Right.
And
But I think
that's
he can-
Wolverine.
you know, he's a little socially weird on Letterkenny, but I think he could play kind of like he could play gruff, aggressive. You know, it's not really the type for Wayne, but I think physically, physically he's there.
He has a Wolverine stature. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
so.
Yeah.
Also, Hugh Jackman was born in '68, and the first X-Men movie was what, like '99,
99, 2000.
something like that. So he was in his early 30s when he
Okay.
started. So that's
So
right
that's
about the same time
comparable.
frame.
Let's do it.
It's comparable. Yeah.
I think it's doable. I think it's a fun choice, and I think you can find, because he's got such a good fucking sense of humor, I think you could find another cool little edge. Like one of the best moments of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was in what was it, First Class, when Magneto and Professor X meet him in a bar, and he just tells him to fuck off. He's just like, fuck off.
It's like he's in the movie for 3 seconds and it was perfect. Perfect. Oh. I think it's big shoes to fill because he was the longest tenured Marvel character forever.
Well,
Has anyone played a character longer than he did?
well, Patrick Stewart is right there with him, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he died earlier in the film,
Okay.
so he lasted just a little bit longer.
I mean, it could work. I think it could work. I feel like, and this might be just the inner cynic talking, that they're gonna find a bigger name to do it. But I think it could work if they gave him a chance.
See, I like the smaller name actor just because, number one, it would
So
piss
would
everybody off, which is really funny.
They're
But
gonna get pissed regardless. You know there's gonna be blowback no matter who is cast.
Yeah.
people were angry when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman.
Doesn't make sense that they're angry. I love Keaton's Batman.
I love Keaton Batman, but
I can't wait to see it again. He's coming back, baby. I'm very excited.
So I mean, we're in agreement. We think we can pull it off, and I'm
You can pull it
glad I'm glad you watched at least 5 episodes of the show just to see, like, the guy's got some range, and he's got some other stuff on YouTube other than the Letterkenny problems that shows that, you know, he can do some fun things. But I don't think it would be wrong, especially in the MCU, where they tend to do something with just a little bit more lightness to it, like just a hint of comedy in where, you know, he doesn't need to be Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, you know, but he should be able to play, you know. And if anybody knew who Hugh Jackman was before he played Wolverine, which was the gayest song and dance man in Australia, I think people would have been freaking pissed that he got cast as Wolverine, but no one fucking knew who he was.
No.
And he came out and he rocked it. but that boy has worn sparkly leotards and danced his ass on Broadway. So don't judge a book by its
So
cover.
talented, ridiculously talented.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, since we're on the MCU, Griff sent me an article today that was interesting. You want to fill us in, sir?
Yeah. So it's basically an article. There are talks that obviously, if you've watched an MCU film before, there's an excellent chance you've seen Stan Lee have a cameo in it because he's cameoed in all of them, basically.
Pretty much all of even outside the MCU, every Marvel film.
Yeah, exactly. But there are talks that obviously, since he's passed on now, that Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is going to fill that void of having cameos in future MCU movies. Which I think is a great idea.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think it's a great idea on paper. The thing the article mentions that I think is interesting and I wanted to talk about is that it would have to be structured a little differently just because the Stan Lee cameos are self-aware in that everyone knows who Stan Lee is. You see him and it's like, oh, that's Stan Lee, haha. But like his part in the movie is not self-aware. He's just a guy who happens to be a bystander. Or if you
very true, he's background.
Or if you subscribe to a theory that he's the Watcher, there's that too. But that's a whole different conversation.
There's also a theory that he's old Captain America.
Like, that too, yeah.
At the end of Endgame, it was supposed to be Stan Lee sitting there with the shield.
Right.
That would have been fucked up. I would have loved that. But then it would have been weird with all the other appearances he made. It wouldn't really... There'd be holes in that connection.
I don't know. That would have pissed me off. It's kind of like... I mean,
I like the Watcher theory.
Spoilers for Hunger Games, if anyone hasn't. But, the whole thing starts with Katniss, putting herself in as tribute for her sister. And then in the fucking third book, her sister fucking dies anyway. So it's just kind of like, oh, come on.
Fucked up.
So the question being that Deadpool as a character is self-aware. He knows he's a character in a comic book or in this case a movie. So how do you do that and have him cameo in every movie without completely shattering the continuity and the what's the word?
Just breaking the pace. He's gonna distract you from the movie.
Yeah. What the hell is the word I'm looking for? The
suspension of disbelief.
Sure, we'll go with that. It's something that I can't think of what it is. But how do you
that?
Yeah. So I think it'd have to be almost like that's your post-credits scene or something.
Just throw him in there
after the whole story has been told. So you're not
just a comic relief kind of hit rather than
even if it was Ryan Reynolds just with the scar makeup on, like not in the Deadpool outfit, and he's like sitting in a cab. He's still just the Deadpool character would either wink at the camera or, flip. He hates the X-Men. So like all of a sudden he flips off the X-Men or I don't know. It's funny. You're right. On paper, it sounds like such a fun idea.
Want this. Now it's like, where would you have thrown him in any of the old ones? Say they had to replace Stan Lee back. Well, then.
The only movie Stan Lee wasn't in was Endgame, right? Was he in Infinity War?
He was
because
he was in Endgame.
He was that's right. He was in Endgame.
He was in Endgame when they went back to the Captain America and Tony went and talked to his dad back in the 70s. He's like, make peace, not war.
Yeah, he's in the car as they go by. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, because I knew he was in Miss Marvel because they did the whole
he wasn't in Spider-Man.
Oh, that's the one. Okay,
right.
Which I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh,
because he's not in it.
Well,
you're just a big Stan Lee fan.
Well, I was just
you're a Stan Lee stan.
I was a little Stan Lee stan. I was a little over it for a while there after Endgame. I was just like, all right, I'm good.
Well, it's also like how do you follow Endgame in a way,
right? Like especially not to shit on anyone who loves Spider-Man, but like Spider-Man is one of my least favorite Marvel superheroes.
Oh, I am a Spider-Man fanboy. I love Spider-Man. I have since I was a kid.
Iron Man, Thor, Hulk. I'll rock out all three of those guys. Fantastic
I love all the versions
Four.
of Spider-Man too. I liked the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I was lukewarm on the Tobey Maguire, but I love the animated series. I've always yes, Spider-Man's a badass.
I didn't watch any of the Sam Raimi films. I didn't watch
really.
I didn't watch either of the Andrew Garfield movies.
I think you have to now.
I did watch Homecoming, mostly because of Michael Keaton playing the Vulture.
Because Batman's in it.
Sure.
Because of
Batman versus Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But because I do want to watch Far From Home just because of his connection with Iron Man in the MCU and just seeing his reaction towards everything. I don't know. I've always been weird with Spider-Man. I don't know why.
Did Spider-Man touch you as a child?
Yeah, that must be it. I wasn't a big fan of webbing when I was a kid.
Spider senses tingling. There's a joke in one of that. I think it's Far From Home of describing the Spidey sense. I can't remember any of the jokes. It's fantastic. See the fucking movie.
Okay. I'm not gonna fight you. Oh man.
And I personally think you should watch at least the first two of the Sam Raimi films. Skip three. But
100%, because 3 acted as if it had skipped the first 2.
Wait, I lied. I saw one of the Andrew Garfield ones. Wasn't the lizard in one of the Andrew Garfield ones?
Yeah, that was the first one.
That was the first one.
Yeah, I did. I saw that one then.
I didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I haven't seen that.
And now fucking Jamie Foxx is back in the multiverse, right? He's
back.
That. Yep.
Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is back.
That's fucking exciting.
I'm pumped. And Sam Raimi's directing Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he stepped in for Derrickson, who left for creative differences.
Oh, no.
Sucks. Hey, Ant-Man was awesome, and Edgar Wright left that project late in the process.
It's true.
It wasn't that late with Edgar Wright. It was pretty early on with him because he wanted to take it one way. And who's the Kevin Feige was just like, no. He's like,
And he gets final say.
Yeah. And you know what? Nothing has really been broke enough to try to fix it.
No,
it has all worked for me.
The more power they give him, the better everything seems to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything he does pretty much makes me happy.
Baby.
I haven't watched Miss Marvel because Carly.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel is going to be
the
a
Disney
series.
Plus show starring the Pakistani girl. Miss Marvel. What? Captain Marvel.
Captain.
Sorry. Captain Marvel. I didn't watch Captain Marvel because 1, Brie Larson bores the shit out of me. And 2, Carly was so far behind on Marvel movie. Carly was so far behind on Marvel movies, and I was trying to get her to catch up before Endgame came out, and she never did. So I waited forever to see Endgame. I had the ending spoiled for me. I had everything was spoiled for me. So by the time I waited so long that when I went to see Endgame, I was the only person in the movie theater when I went to see it. So it was it was like 7 or 8 weeks after the movie had come out, and I went to a random matinee because I was just like, I need to see this in the theaters. I know I do.
Yeah.
So spoilers don't get me super upset because I mean, they make me they don't ruin my experience, but they do make it they do make it a bitter one.
They change it. They change the experience.
I knew what was going to happen to Han Solo before I walked into the theater for Force Awakens.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, and
but you saw it premiere night, didn't you?
Yeah, but the sketches got released online. So everyone knew the synopsis of what was going to happen. And I remember, I think I was on Reddit or Pinterest. It might have been Pinterest. And I was looking at, no, it was definitely Reddit because it was porn. But I was I was looking at naked people.
I would jerk it off to Han Solo.
And I clicked on a page, and I was scrolling down, and all of a sudden it was like naked person. Han Solo dies, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, so mad.
Did you shame come or something?
It's nothing sacred.
No, nothing is sacred, especially on Reddit.
Right. I mean, poo-poo on me, I guess.
Yeah, you got. There's like a lot certain places you got to avoid.
Well, now it's everything.
Certain, yeah.
So
it's like you can't go on Twitter, can't go on Facebook, can't go on.
Yep.
Reddit.
I mean, we got to talk about it, right? So for like WandaVision, right? So, are we all done with WandaVision?
I've watched it all. Yep.
Okay. Here you go, folks. Spoiler warning. If you haven't watched WandaVision, we're going to talk about it for a little bit. You might want to fast forward or stop listening until you have watched the finale and then come on back and finish this episode.
Just go watch it. Pause this. Go watch it right now. The whole thing is probably like 5 hours. Like,
yeah.
Tops, yeah.
8:25? Well, no, the last one was like 45 minutes.
The last few episodes are like 40-ish minutes or
bigger.
so, but yeah.
But so I work. so Friday I was at work and I opened up Twitter and I went to the like what's trending page, and I had completely forgotten now luckily
it's Friday.
Luckily, what's trending, I thought I was going to be a lot more upset when I watched the episode, because what was trending was Reed Richards, which never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Sorcerer Supreme, which we didn't really they made a mention of it.
Catherine
Hahn made a mention, which is Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, right?
Yep.
And I can't remember what else was trending. So I thought that I had like a ton of stuff spoiled for me. And it turns out I really didn't. And I got to watch the episode and enjoy it. What did y'all think of the series as a whole?
Loved it.
I enjoyed it very much.
It was just a breakdown of pain. It was fantastic. Illustrated pain. It was great.
And it was so like that. The reveal that's really what it is so gradual. It starts off so like upbeat, and it gives you these little teases of what's happening under the surface. The rate at which they revealed its true like undertones was very well done.
Felt right. It was well orchestrated. It was
it was done so well. It really was. And Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany were fucking great, and Catherine Hahn, all three of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Catherine Hahn, I would let her do terrible things to me. Like, I don't even care. Like, goddamn,
you good to watch Step Brothers again, and how she like
exactly.
Just want to
John C. Reilly,
shove you in my vagina,
roll you up into a ball, and shove you into my vagina.
Oh God, she's always great.
It's surprising to see her in a role like this, though. She's just darker, and so it was great. And it, after a while, especially with the last episode, when you watch sometimes I don't like when shows do that, when they're like previously and they show you all the important shit to look at. So it was just like they showed like in the last episode, and the first thing they showed was Catherine Hahn being like, "Look, honey, runes. You can't," and I was just like, okay, I got it. But it was great. And it's funny because I didn't start watching until episode 3 came out. Like episode 3 came out, and then I sat down and watched 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And
they were still sitcom episodes.
Okay, so then it was episode 4. It was the one when Wu showed up.
Yeah,
and did the sleight of hand and popped the card out of his.
Just that character. He was awesome.
Yes,
he was a great character.
Yeah, and Kat Dennings was really good in the show too.
Yes, she was.
And what's her face? Lambo was really good. Lambo.
But now you gotta watch Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I know. Now I have to watch Captain.
Rambo. It is Rambo.
Rambo. Yep.
It was fabulous though. And it's funny because it's been a while since we've had a show where a bunch of stans have been just hypothesizing the entire time. And then the finale happens and no one got what they wanted and
At
just
all.
like turned their back on
Loved
a
it.
show. But episode 4 was the one where everyone was like, oh, like that they were starting to get it.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me because I sat down and watched episode 1, and even with episode 1, something was off. There was something a little.
There was a fight at the table.
No, it was when he was
with
choking.
Kitty Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty Foreman, but her husband was choking.
On the
and
gum?
She was just like, ha, 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 help him. Ha, 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 help him. And I'm like, did people not notice that this was funky? Like something's wrong here. Ha, 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 help him.
Yep. It just felt, you felt awkward. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
like everything's
very
flowing.
unsettling.
And then, it contrasted against the rest of the episode. It's like, what the fuck just happened? And then she saw something else and then time literally rewound, but it happened so quickly and Vision kind of repeated a scene. You're like, whoa, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah. It was the beekeeper.
Yeah.
Coming
out
of
the
the
sewer.
He's just like, no, and rewinds everything. Yeah.
No. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
So from the get-go, you just had that feeling like something's off here, something's weird. And I love where they went. And you're right, like the whole show is just her dealing with absolute devastation. And I love that it was like everything turned out to be true. Like she wasn't in control of her feelings. I loved that she didn't steal Vision. Like that was the big realization in episode 7, which was like awesome.
Well, I did enjoy that. I was almost scared of her power at that point. Like she created a new Vision, and I was like, did she create? Is that could that be considered a real Infinity Stone? Did she create those kids? Are they real flesh and blood? Like what's going? Like what's real and what's not?
Yeah.
What's the extent of her powers? And I still don't think we know for sure,
unless you read the comics and you know it all.
Right.
They rewrite the comics all the time.
That's true.
There are a lot of different ways her powers go in the comics.
But it's going to be fun to watch her. I mean, she's got to be a significant player in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her and Doctor Strange are going to be kicking ass in this next movie.
Or they'll be kicking each other's asses. I wonder.
True.
Where it's going. Because there was that dude in Doctor Strange that really wants everything to be the natural way of things. Do not Modu. I forget his name.
Oh, I forgot. He could get his freaking titties in a bunch too. I forgot about him.
Yeah, and he like took someone's power away. The crippled guy at the end, like the post-credit scene.
He unfixed him.
He's gonna be really mad about what the fuck Wanda's been doing.
Right.
That's definitely going against the natural order.
I guess in the comics, like her and Vision had kids by using pieces of what's the Marvel devil?
Mephisto. Yeah.
And then
there were apparently clues all over.
And the book she was reading is from the library that right? So it's
they were hinting
so cool.
at Mephisto.
I don't know when they sat down and figured all this shit out, but they're still working off of that original sketch, and that blows my mind. It's like it's all going as planned. You know what I mean?
Oh, brilliant. Billions of dollars. Like many years.
This year we get to watch Kumail Nanjiani like jacked out of his mind, beating the shit out of people as an Eternal. Like, who the fuck cares about the Eternals? Who even knows who the Eternals are? Nobody. No. But everyone's gonna go see that movie because it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
we know it's gonna be great.
I have no doubt. You're gonna go in. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna love some action sequences, and you're gonna walk out going, "Fuck yeah, I can't wait to see it again." And actually, you're gonna be talking about the post-credit scene. How is this gonna tie into the next movie?
Right.
And we get 4 fucking movies this year.
Well, yeah, because 2 of them were supposed to come out last year. Black Widow's been pushed back 17 times.
I wonder if they had the chance to do it all over again, if Black Widow would have ended up a Disney Plus show. I feel like it would have better.
I don't know.
Without seeing the movie, probably better suited that way.
I love the cast so much, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Like,
That's true.
Rachel Weisz, baby. I love her.
Well, I love the guy from
David Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour.
Stranger Things. I haven't watched Stranger Things yet, but
even though I haven't seen the new Hellboy with him in it.
he's in Hellboy?
Yeah, he plays Hellboy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
In the new one. Yep.
Oh, didn't recognize him. I figured it was just the real Hellboy.
Oh, well, we didn't really spoil much, so nothing to be scared of, but it was great. If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's a masterclass of acting by Elizabeth Olsen, if anything else, and Catherine Hahn.
Perfect.
They were both
perfect.
They were both so good in that. And it's a really cool idea, and the way that they put it all together was really awesome.
Yeah.
I want to do a rewatch. It's with new eyes now that we know how the whole thing went down. Watch from start to finish. Again, shouldn't take more than a couple hours.
Right.
But after I watch Letterkenny, of course. I'll
Which I love. Which I love. All right.
Now you can watch Spider-Man, because technically, if you're watching everything in chronological order, WandaVision happens prior to the events of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, because it was immediately after.
Yeah.
Give me my husband's body. I just killed him and then watched him die.
Now, where the fuck did he go? He's out there somewhere.
Right. White Vision is out in the wind somewhere. We don't know.
He's got all those memories and feelings with nothing to back them up. It's just they're just there. So like he'll be in the multiverse of madness too. He has to be.
He has to.
That fight was great though. That Vision fight was really fucking cool.
The special effects were wild. Like
for a show, for a TV show.
These are the movies. This is just a long form movie because it's so good. So good. The score was fucking great. Everything. It was just, I can't say it. I heave enough praise onto WandaVision. It was just very, very well done. And now we only have Marvel. We have 2 weeks until fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
which I'm not as excited for some reason. I don't know why.
Caleb thought it was a movie.
I will watch it.
Oh yeah,
I'll watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. Yeah,
because I want to see. You need to know
what they do next. Yeah,
you need to know where the team is going as a whole, and you never know like what they're going to introduce for. I think it's only 6 episodes, right?
6. Yep.
Yeah. So you don't know what these 6 episodes are going to throw at us, but
what you get a taste of in WandaVision was how fucked up the world became when everyone snapped back. You could make a whole series just based on normal humans grieving, losing someone, getting over them, moving out with their life. 5 years later, everyone comes back.
Well, I feel like we've had
Instant
that series
drama.
like 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
like the
1400. But also, I
such.
desperately want a spin-off series like with Jimmy Woo in like an X-Files style series.
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's another popular thing going around the internet now. And I'm like, yes, 100%. Give me a Jimmy Woo series.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
It's so funny to me that they make us care about these tertiary characters.
Yep.
Like what's another one that we all
cultured word? Tertiary.
It's a good word, yeah.
Effin cultured there, buddy.
Well, like,
I love it.
Like, what is it? Luis from Ant-Man?
Yes, he's one of my favorite characters ever. Can he be with Johnny Woo? Can we have a Luis and Johnny Woo show? I would watch that.
He should just do the previously. This is how we got here for every single Marvel property.
Yes. That's it. He should do it. Speaking of him, I watched Tom and Jerry yesterday, and he was the best part of that movie, which isn't saying much because it
was he Tom or Jerry?
Huh? He was the event planner for the hotel that Tom and Jerry end up living in and destroying. It's the whole premise of the movie. So
sure.
But I just love that guy's fucking great. Everything he's in.
Funny.
He's so good.
He just brings an energy. You see, you smile as soon as you see him because you're like, ah.
It's fun. Like they've been doing this for what now? 18 years. The MCU.
08 was when it started. So
08. Okay, that was Iron Man.
Iron Man was 08.
so 13 years.
13 years.
and I still get excited for their movies, which is more than I can say for DC, where, you know, besides, well, now Chris Nolan's not making Batman movies, so it's like I don't even know what I can be excited about anymore. I really don't.
I'm excited for Matt Reeves' Batman. I enjoy what he did with Planet of the Apes.
But that's not the DCU, is it?
No,
it's not. It's a separate thing, which is fine. Well, I haven't watched The Joker yet, which
me neither.
I don't know why.
It was nominated. It did win an Oscar for.
I don't think I've been in the mood.
It looks depressing.
Yeah, I have not been in the mood to watch.
Get me out of the pandemic first.
About mental illness.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
only going to lead to bad things. I can't either. No.
It's going to put me in a bad spot. Bad state of mind.
Because it sticks with you. Yeah. We're fucking July babies.
None of us cancers. None of the DC. I watched Wonder Woman 84, and I wasn't a huge fan of Wonder Woman 84. So now the only DC movie I really appreciate, DC Universe or DCU or whatever the fuck it's called, the only one I really appreciate is Wonder Woman, the original, the first Wonder Woman.
First Wonder Woman.
Aquaman pissed me off. I thought I was going to like Aquaman, and I really disliked it.
I remember having a great time watching Aquaman. Very colorful. It was like live action Finding Nemo.
Yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. But
Shazam was great.
Oh, you know what? That's right. I really liked Shazam as well.
Okay, good.
But then there you go.
We'll have Black Superman coming.
Oh, should we go into our rage characters real quick and make fun of some raging people? Goddamn Black Superman! They're gonna ruin my Superman.
Oh, good Lord!
And now they took the titties away from the bunny I wanted to fuck back in 1996.
Oh no!
Hey, you just put a picture of that bunny on the new bunny, and just go to town.
Why? Why are people so angry? Why? You know what?
You just put a picture of the old bunny on a paper bag, put it on the new bunny, give it holes for the ears to come out, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst,
perfect.
The worst part about this whole Lola Bunny thing, now that we're gonna switch gears into Lola Bunny for just a hot second, you've got. I don't even know where the right and left are, but I have a feeling, right? So you've got the people. You've got the people, I'm not saying politically right. I'm just saying you've got the people toward the right who are tired of things changing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Dr. Seuss books being pulled from publishing because they had racial stuff, Potato Head, and, you know, just stuff that has given them nostalgia and joy about their childhood is being changed. And it's being changed because we're a capitalistic fucking society, and they don't sell anymore. No one knows those 6 fucking books by Dr. Seuss.
Not at all.
Nobody knows those.
It could be Seuss trolling us. They could be fake fucking books. I wouldn't even know. I read the titles and said, what the fuck are these? Who cares?
No one buys them. No one gives a shit about them. And they're gone. Okay, so then they finally come out with the first photos from the new Space Jam movie. And Lola Bunny is no longer fuckable, and you've got the people over here on the right who are angry that Lola Bunny is frumpy and looks more like a bunny than a fucking sex toy. And then you've got
they Billie Eilish'd her up.
Yes. Yeah. And then you've got the people on the left who are angry because, what's the matter? Attractive women can't play sports. You have to dole down the sexuality of someone because the males can't handle it. And I'm just sitting here in the middle like, she's a fucking pink bunny. Who can't? She's going to play basketball against, are they doing Martians again? Who knows? Maybe ghosts. Who the fuck are they playing against? Who cares?
Okay. They better be in the bubble.
Right?
I would love to see a Space Jam Ghostbusters crossover.
It's LeBron James playing against racism. It's just it's little clan members from space that went to the Earth and stole the NBA's fucking talent. Ooh, my throat just got really dry.
They're called the Ku Klux Klacks.
I mean, I don't know. Is Moron Mountain coming back? Who knows? I don't know. I haven't read into it. But
No,
why are you going to let yourself
doesn't
be
matter.
so upset about a redesign on a fucking cartoon rabbit?
Hey, didn't it happen that they got upset with Sonic the Hedgehog when he came out and they redid it?
Listen,
Maybe we add the tits back to the bunny.
Sonic the Hedgehog had a lot of problems when that first trailer came out. And people
Sonic the Hedgehog had teeth. Human teeth.
It's fucking
not okay.
There were a lot of problems in that original trailer.
Wouldn't people be like, wow, why does this bunny have human breasts?
Right. Like, I understand. Listen, that movie came out in 96. I was 11. All right.
Men don't like teeth.
We were 11 when that movie came out. And yeah, okay. So Lola Bunny came out and you were just like, oh, wow, I shouldn't feel this way about a rabbit. But that's the truth.
Didn't stop me.
You should not feel that way about a rabbit. It's an animated rabbit.
You shouldn't feel that way about an animated rabbit. You shouldn't feel that way about a real rabbit. Let's just put that aside.
Just draw
please.
all the lines are clear.
Just let it go.
Don't
let
fuck the
it
rabbit.
Fucking go. My
fuck
God.
the rabbit. Fuck the rabbit.
Is it weirder if it's fuck the wabbit?
Oh, fuck the wabbit. Correct. My bad.
It's just bonkers.
Fuck the wabbit.
We've been doing this. It's almost so happy birthday, COVID shutdown. On Saturday, it'll be the 1-year anniversary of the last time we've had anything normal, March 13th. And it's so we've been here for a year and people are still just going out of their way to get angry about the dumbest shits. And it's not worth it. Why?
Because we've all been angry about COVID for so long that we need something else to be angry on. Stop being angry about COVID just for a change of pace.
First they take the dicks away from my potato. Now they take the titties off of my rabbit.
Make America
all I want to do
again.
is go outside without a mask. Give me my fucking potato dick.
Well, there's like every goddamn half the states you don't need masks anymore. They said, "Oh, we've vaccinated 8% of the population. Fuck it,
we're good to go."
It's like, oh, people don't need to be decreed to. It's like, well, 500,000 dead. If you all actually wore the masks, it wouldn't happen. It would stop.
Yeah.
Everything would be wide open. This would have been a speed bump a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stubborn fucking pricks who are trying to be balls deep in these bunnies. They can't just be happy. Just do a decent thing. Just be decent.
That's all they want. They just want to be balls deep in these bunnies. Like we've vaccinated the oldest 8% of the population who are gonna die in a year or two anyway. Let's fucking open up again. Perfect.
You know, I'm never going to hear the phrase down the rabbit hole the same way anymore. Like, well, went down the rabbit hole. It's like, you get the fuck away from that rabbit.
No,
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fuck the rabbit.
You went down the rabbit hole, so the redesign didn't work at all? Shit. All right. Back to the drawing board.
Back to the... She could have just changed her diet. Titties shrink sometimes. That's just life.
They just wanted to make her a cuter rabbit. I don't understand. They just were like, you know what? We don't need a sexy rabbit. And people get so angry about it. It's like, come on.
You know
what's gonna happen?
This movie is aimed at kids. Maybe the rabbit should be less sexy,
right?
Maybe. But how are you going to teach the kids?
Yes, kids need to learn.
Health class. Watch Space Jam.
Kids need to learn about sex education from a Looney Tunes movie starring LeBron James. That's how that goes.
I hope Bill Murray and Wayne Knight reappear.
I really hope Bill Murray is in the movie again. That would be so funny. And I hope Michael Jordan is in there somewhere. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's busy these days. He owns a NASCAR team now.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's all in on NASCAR. Driving the number 23 car is Bubba Wallace.
His name is Daryl.
His name's Daryl.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
But yeah, they call him Bubba, so he goes by Bubba Wallace. And
it's good. It's a good name.
He drives for
Michael.
Drives for Michael Jordan. And it's like, holy shit.
It's fabulous.
Nice.
I think there's more basketball stars trying to jump on the train and get cars into Cup. And it's like, oh, this is going to be great.
So we got a few fun anniversaries coming up this week that I thought would be fun to talk about real quick.
Was the first one the pandemic anniversary?
Yes.
That's the most fun. We're going in descending order of funness.
That was the most fun. March 13th is also, I didn't write down the year, 15 something. Uranus was discovered. So take that for what you will.
I feel like it was discovered earlier.
That's weird. It's only 35 years old.
Got that nice young Uranus. March 9th, 1788, Connecticut became the 5th state of the United States of America.
Oh, we're number 5.
So we're number 5. So happy birthday, Connecticut, coming up on the 9th.
Alrighty.
And then we've got 3 today that I thought was worth chit-chatting about. Number 1, 1933, on this day, King Kong was released in theaters.
The first.
The OG,
the original.
King Kong. Then same day, actually, 1933, Monopoly was invented.
Wow.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
The board game that has ruined more friendships than the election of 2020. Monopoly.
I feel like
I played it once.
The election's got to be like a close second, though.
What was that?
I feel like the election's got to be a close second.
Probably, yeah.
Monopoly
Probably
edges it out just a little bit.
Yeah, man. I remember when I was a kid, me and my friend down the road, we would set up a tent outside and set up our Monopoly board, and we would play until we got bored, and then we would just zip up the tent and walk away. And then we would come back later and play some more Monopoly in the tent.
Okay.
Come to think of it, it was at his house. He could have fucked with the money all he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains all those losses.
Man, Monopoly's enraging. When was the last time you played Monopoly?
Not in a very long time.
April or May. I played
Really?
during the pandemic. Yeah. Kayla and I
Just the two
started
of you?
buying just the two of us. I think I won. But when you win, you don't really win.
You don't feel good about it, no.
Nah, she was mad.
I played, the last time I played was in college. And I almost got into a fight with like 3 different dudes because they were scuzzy. And it got to the point where they'd be like, yo, I'll let you land on my hotel and I won't charge you anything as long as when I land on your hotel, you don't charge me anything. And I'm like, that's not how this fucking game works, you assholes.
No, that's only how the real world works.
Right.
So, or it was like, you don't need to pay me anything, and then when you pass go, you give me your $200. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is all bullshit.
It's like, no, I've lost. It's over. This is just how it happens. Don't prolong my pain, fucker. Did you have any special versions of Monopoly? I had Star Wars Monopoly.
I
have classic trilogy edition. Only there was no.
I got a version of Monopoly like a year ago or 2 years ago, but it's just straight up Monopoly.
I just got BoJack Horseman Monopoly for Christmas.
Nice.
I have not played it yet.
Nice. Suicidal Tendencies is the boardwalk in Park Place. Crushing Depression.
Don't forget Animal Puns. Animal Puns is on there somewhere. Lowe's, but like an animal version.
And then the final anniversary that we were going to talk about was Rick brought this to my attention. Today, Disturbed's first studio album, The Sickness, turned 21 years old.
He sent that to us, and the only thing I could say in response was, "Oh God, my bones." Because that's tragically old.
Yeah, The Sickness can now drink. It is legal. It is legal to drink.
That is fucked up. more fucked up is The Sickness celebrated its 20th anniversary on the same day Connecticut got its first COVID case.
Hey.
Ooh.
The Sickness.
So it's David Draymond's fault. You're saying.
Yeah. He's a slow burner, but it's his fault.
How did you fall into Disturbed? How did you get into that, to the band or into that album?
I got into that this kid, Kevin Pagini, in God, it was before class, it was before homeroom, said, Rick, you gotta hear this song, and it was Stupefy. It was before Stupefy was the only single out.
Yeah, it was the first single, yeah.
And he just kept walking around going rock, 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 rock. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I loved that song. So I bought that album just off that one song, which is something I typically don't do.
Really? Because that's all I did back in the day. I like that song. I'm getting that album.
I need like 3. And this ended up being like a perfect record. Like I loved every song on The Sickness. The Game, obviously Down with the Sickness, Violence Fetish. There's like so many fucking Meaning of Life. Is that the closing track? It's so good.
Enemies on that one too, right?
Enemy. Enemy. Oh,
so
fuck yeah.
Me and my neighbor ended up signing up for Columbia House. It was one of those
stamps, the little tiny.
It was one of those get 12 albums
for a cent,
for a penny.
Yeah.
And then you had to buy 3. Well, this was, now that I'm older, I understand. You had to buy 3 full-priced albums.
Like fucking $24.99.
Right?
Yeah.
So these full-priced albums would send automatically to your house if you didn't choose one. You would just get an album of the month. So my mom she got so mad. She would open up the mailbox and be like, "What the fuck, Bobby?" And she would write return to sender and marker and put it in the, but I told her, I'm like, I need to keep 3 of these. I have to, right? So it's, what is it? It's 2000. I'm 14 years old, going on 15. So I opened up the box and I just saw the cover and I was like, I need to keep this one, Mom. I don't even know. I have no idea because I don't even think Stupefy was on the radio yet.
Holy shit.
And I ended up throwing it in my CD player. And you're right. It was one of the best fucking records. It's so
just a cover of Shout.
Yep.
Shout. Oh, Shout. I ended up seeing them at the Webster on the Spreading the Sickness tour,
which is crazy to me.
And they only had the 10 songs or 12 songs. I was like, holy shit.
My brothers, my sisters, my blood. I saw them at Loca Bazooka. They co-headlined it with the Dropkick Murphys. It was the weirdest, diametrically opposed crowd.
That's a ridiculous bill.
Oh, dude. Combo. It was like Mushroom Head played earlier, and then it was weird. Like Dope played, which is a weird kind of new metal band. And then they had some
Sounds
other
like a farmer's market of a concert.
Dude, it was so weird. I'm gonna try. Let me see if I can. Griff, are you a fan of Disturbed, Griff?
Oh yeah. I have been since that album. I think I just happened to, at the time, I used to put on like MTV in the morning back when they still played videos, and that was one that came up a lot. The Stupefy.
I don't think I've ever seen the video.
It's nothing special. The video is really nothing special. It's literally just them playing the song in like this weird like underground, like almost sewer type thing, but there's also like a crowd somehow in like rafters. I don't really know what was going on, but it's nothing crazy.
Back then, all the bands had to be in an interesting location. That's all they needed.
That's what it was. Just all the videos for new metal bands back then were just them performing for a crowd in a weird place.
Yep. Oh God, was it Korn's "Freak on a Leash"?
Oh, love that album.
Oh yeah,
bullet holes everywhere, and I was just like,
yeah, that was "Freak on a Leash." That's what
you got like the Last Resort
music
video. Papa Roach performing for a crowd in like a weird void of a black room with like fisheye lens.
Let's
That's
see.
right.
All right.
It required fisheye lens.
I found it. Loca Bazooka 2005. It was the final Loca Bazooka in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Yeah, for a reason. It was at the Fitchburg Municipal Airport. It was actually a great spot for a concert, but they had, I don't know how Dropkick Murphys got onto this bill. They had Dope.
You're in Massachusetts. You have to have the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
They had Dope, Disturbed. They had Clutch, Byzantine, American Minor, 10 Years, Smile Empty Soul, Mushroom Head, Il Nino, God Forbid. I thought Mastodon was on this too, but I guess not. And then Dropkick Murphys were just there for some reason. What a weird fucking lineup that is.
Yeah.
They were in Fitchburg catching a plane for their next show.
Yeah, they just decided, and they were
Get off to Boston.
They were the headliner.
Why are you flying? You're in Fitchburg, Mass.
So it was so weird. Like Disturbed finished, and like a quarter of the crowd left. They were just like, "Peace," and just walked out. And during the Disturbed show, there were a bunch of fucking Dropkick people just booing the band, and I'm like, "Guys, just shut the fuck up! Stop it!"
Why would you do that?
They had at least was 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 Fists was out by then.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yep, it was.
Yeah.
They were already on their third album. Yeah.
God, that was a strong fucking record. The first album was great. Second album was mellower, but I still loved it.
I really
liked
liked the second album. Yeah.
Darkness was the closing track.
Yeah.
Darkness brought the emo out of me real hard.
I mentioned it way back when we did the Mount Rushmore of covers, but they do some of the best fucking covers I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
Like every single one. Shout. What's the Genesis?
Land of Confusion.
Land of Confusion. Yeah. Obviously, Sound of Silence. Like just. Oh, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. That was the other one I was thinking of.
That was another great one.
Yeah, they just whatever they do, whatever they cover, it's like amazing. They can do no wrong.
They can't. Yeah, they're a powerful band. They're one of the good ones from our era,
right?
Because there aren't many. Because last week, fucking Master of Puppets turned 35. It's as old as we are now. And I was thinking, like, holy shit, there were so many albums coming out 35 years ago from all those big bands. You had like fucking Rain and Blood came out then. Master of Puppets, fucking Persistence of Time, Among the Living, rather, by Anthrax. There's just so many great fucking records. And now it's like, what's changed? 20 years prior to 1986, 66, nothing was heavy. Everything was folky bullshit. You had the Beatles and the Stones. You had good music, but it was nothing heavy. 20 years later, it's fucking heavy. 35 years after that, it hasn't gotten better. Or is that just me being old?
You're just being old.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I don't think that it hasn't gotten heavier. I think it's just that like it's changed. It's a different kind of heavy. It's a different direction. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of shit that has gone the other direction for sure.
Yeah. There's still metal's still around. It's the one. It's never gonna die. You know what I mean? Like it just won't.
It won't.
But you're right.
Keeps
like,
it real.
Stuff that's considered hard rock nowadays is weird. There's but we're old people. That's just the way it goes.
I think it's also that because we've been listening to this stuff for so long, and because music is it's an art form. It changes, it lives, it breathes. I think we're hitting a point where a lot of the genres are blending, and you're getting these weird things that are coming out that aren't like pure metal, that aren't like pure rock. So they're taking on new properties, but they're still like hard. They're still heavy. They're just different.
It's just different.
Because they're being influenced by other genres.
Right. Yeah. And but I was more of a new, people call it new metal. I was more of a new metal fan than Rick, because Rick was more classic metal.
Heavy. Yeah.
And I appreciate Metallica, but I'm one of those weird people that like really likes how melodic they got in like 85, 80s, you know, like the Black
The Loads,
Album and on.
96, yeah, 91 on.
Yeah.
I appreciate Ride the Lightning and stuff like that, but it's not my jam.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
Right. No, and
Yeah,
you're
I know.
right, but it's funny. Even my taste in music, like when I was in high school, I used to listen to some really heavy shit. And I've said it before, I think on this podcast, the only really heavy band I can listen to now is Slipknot. Slipknot is still a heavy band I can listen to. Korn, I don't consider super. I mean, they do have some really heavy stuff, but it's just, they're new metal. So they've got like the whole rap rock, you know, different
Digital
vibe.
shit.
But when it comes to like the heavy metal bands, like I used to listen, like I listened to Mudvayne, and I had Slayer albums, and I had Lamb of God, and I for a good decade I would go to shows and I would rock out. And now I don't know if I turned a corner, but now I listen to that music, most of it, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Why? How did I listen to this shit? I can't even tell what they're saying anymore.
I always need to know what's being said. Right. I don't like the bands that are like,
which is why I appreciate bands like Seven Dust, who are heavy, but you can hear the lyrics.
Yes.
Or what's the one from
they have diction.
Kill Switch Engage. Kill Switch Engage is a really good oh my god,
metal band.
My brain. But they're really good, but especially with what was his name, Howard Jones, was that the singer? Oh, so good.
I skipped Kill Switch. There was I went to see Anthrax and Kill Switch. It was called the Kill Tracks tour. They were co-headlining.
Nice.
Anthrax hit the stage first. Once they were off, I looked at the old man and said, "I don't know any Kill Switch songs. You want to go?" He goes, "Yeah, fuck yeah." He goes, "I'm in a good mood." He goes, "I'm not going to beat that." I said, "Okay."
I haven't seen Kill Switch without Howard, so I don't know what they're like with the different singer. But with Howard, I saw them. I think I saw them at Ozfest, and I saw them I've seen them twice, and they were so fucking good. Even Hatebreed, you can understand what they're saying. Yep. They're heavy, but you can understand what the fuck they're saying. But some of these, you know, it's funny on TikTok. I'll skim through, and I'm starting to get some more music stuff on TikTok, and these people are showing these like death metal albums, and I'm like, hey, more power to you. If you like it, you like it. There was a point where I would have listened to it, but now I can't do it anymore. Yeah. Slipknot is as heavy. That is the peak of me getting angry and heavy. And I'll go up to that point. I listen to a bunch of stuff that goes up to that point.
Okay.
Which like, just Disturbed and System of Down and Pantera I can listen to. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been in a Pantera mood the past week or two.
But you know, I'm also weird about vocals. I like vocal quality is really important to me, and I don't think the lead singer of Pantera is kind of Phil. I don't know. He's kind of like Anselmo. He's kind of a caricature. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk to you like this, boy. It's like, okay, you were a professional wrestler at some point, Phil, weren't you? It's just, yeah, man, yeah, brother.
The heroin talking.
Yeah.
Look, what do you see?
Ooh, yeah, respect you, walk. Ooh, hey.
Are you talking to me?
I need good vocals, and even if you're a screamer, if you're doing it properly, my ear and my mind will put it together and appreciate it for what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And then it's just the people that just grumble into a microphone, and I'm like, I'll go fuck yourself. And I say the same thing to the people who mumble when they rap. It's just like, what the fuck? There's no middle. Oh, great, good job.
Mana.
Hey, that's a classic. Fuck off.
Mana. I love it. My first mumble rap song I loved.
Who knew the Muppets pioneered mumble rap?
All right, Rick wanted to talk about retro gaming, but I don't think we're going to get to it this week. So we're gonna
we can postpone.
We can save it for next week.
Postpone.
That's not going anywhere.
Nope. We've got No, next week might be fermented.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
we're fermenting next week.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leprechaun.
Good Lord. Oh, I can't wait. I'm very excited.
As long as we can. If we're able to schedule it either Friday or Saturday, we will make it happen. Just so we can get it out there before St. Patrick's Day.
Fuck yeah.
All right. And you
know
what?
Wait.
Bonus points if we do the whole thing in a really bad Irish accent.
Mine would be awful. Awful.
Oh shit.
You're gonna want to keep the tits on this bunny. That's not
All right. I think that's a podcast for this week. You can find us online. I just created a new website for us, which you can find on our
leakingladies.com.
leakingladies.com.
Shouldn't all porn sites like be .com? Like that's just without saying.
At some point we'll get there, Rick. It'll be there.
Eventually.
If you can find us at effincultured.wordpress.com. We're there. You can find us on Facebook at Effin Cultured. You can find us on Twitter, even though I'm terrible about keeping up with Twitter, at Effin Cultured. I do check it though, and I do get the notifications. So if you hit me up on Twitter, I can hit you back up on Twitter.
I think are you requesting just spoilers be tweeted at Effin Culture?
Yeah, any spoiler you got, just tweet it to Effin Cultured. Doesn't have to be for anything current. It could be Titanic if you want.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. Damn you.
I'm still mad at Trent Reznor for he spoiled $1 Million Baby. I have not watched that movie because it got spoiled for me.
Rosebud was the sled.
Damn. Ouch. This fucking 70-year-old fucking spoiler right there, buddy. This is too funny. I love it. So anyway, if you haven't followed us on our social media, please do. If you haven't rated us yet, especially on iTunes, you could go on and rate us. That'd be great. Someone went on this past week and rated us, and it was fabulous. Bloody something.
Bloody Adored.
Bloody Adored. If you're listening, I'd love to know who you are, because that was a great. I loved that review. It made me happy. But anyway, thank you all for listening. I know this week might be tough just because we're going to hit that 1 year mark, but the light is at the end of the tunnel, folks. We're staring right at it. As long as we can behave and be patient and get these vaccines out there, we will finally be able to get this thing past us. So just stay strong, y'all. Keep listening. If you have any ideas, anything you want us to talk about, let's hear it. Let us know, especially now that I've got the website up. You can hit us up on there too. I'm super excited. I'm still working on it. It's work in progress, but we're getting there. But anyway, thank you all very much for listening this week. For another week, anyway. I am Bobby.
I'm Griff.
And I'm Rick.
Thank you all very much. Have a great week and go F yourselves.